We kick off RFA tonight in the welterweight division as Bojan Velickovic takes on Chris Hugh. For our official introductions, let's go up to tonight's ring announcer, Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on Access TV from the showroom at the beautiful Mystic Lake Casino here in Prior Lake, Minnesota. Fight fans, welcome to RFA 24. Tonight's event is brought to you by Inca Cola, Training Mask, Adidas Combat Sports, Safe Auto, and GLC 2000. Tonight's fights are sanctioned by the Minnesota Office of Combative Sports, overseen by Matt Showalker and Bobby Burnett. Your referees in charge of the action once we get underway, Merrick Moreland and Joe Phipp. Your judges tonight, Octagon side, Doug Malling, Todd Nielsen, and Kyle Sheely. Your timekeeper tonight is Kristen Nelson. And your physicians, cage side, are Dr. Gene Stringer and Dr. Scott Benson. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, fighting out of the blue corner, Bojan Veli Serbian Steel Velickovic.
The Serbian Bojan Velickovic, fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida. 3-2 in his last 5, 2 knockouts and 7 submissions in 9 career victories. Velickovic, who had a 7-week camp in prep for this one, worked on his striking and his wrestling. Comes off that devastating loss last time, Pat, against Gilbert Smith.
That was a heck of a fight, Michael. We had a blast calling that one. Had Gilbert Smith in a lot of trouble in that fight. Dropped him with the head kick, but just couldn't stop Gilbert Smith's wrestling in the second and third round. Said he's worked extensively on his wrestling for this, and we'll see how it's come along.
Velickovic says that Chris Hugh is a dangerous scrapper, a good all-rounder. Says Hugh is open to head kicks and straight punches. We'll see if those techniques come to the fore tonight. For the man they call Prometheus, Bojan Velickovic.
Please welcome his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Chris Hugh.
Colorado born, now fighting out of Bismarck, North Dakota, the hitman Chris Hugh. The 34-year-old on RFA debut here tonight has gone 5-0 in his last 5. 10 submissions, 5 knockouts in his overall career record. A purple belt in BJJ, Hugh had an extensive 9-week camp in preparation for this one. Worked mostly on his stand-up. Says Bojan is a good stand-up fighter, has power in his hands, he's a tricky southpaw. And if it does go to ground, folks, if you've seen Chris Hugh fight before, you know that he loves to throw up that triangle pack.
Yeah, and the 15 finishes of various forms tell you that he's a very well-rounded guy. He is legit everywhere. Probably his best bet tonight is get Velickovic to the ground, but he hits hard enough to put anybody away.
Let's take a look at the tail of the tank for our opening matchup at welterweight. Experience goes the way of Chris Hugh. He is also 7 years the older, 1 inch the shorter. Weight goes the way of Velickovic. He's also got 1 inch in the arms and, well, 1.5 or 2.5, I should say, in the legs.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the RFA welterweight division and is brought to you by Adidas Combat Sports. Visit acsgear.com for all your combat sports needs. Adidas is all in or nothing for MMA. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 6'2", weighed in at 170.2 pounds, holding a professional record of 9 wins, 2 losses. Training out of American Top Team and fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, Bojan Veli Serbian Steel Velickovic. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, stands 6'1", weighing in at 169.4 pounds, holding a professional record 17 wins, 9 losses. Training at a Grudge Training Center and fighting out of Bismarck, North Dakota, Chris Hugh. Your referee in charge of the action is Merrick Moreland.
One in here. All right, guys, we already went down over the rules. I want a nice, strong, clean fight. Touch gloves. Back to your corners.
Merrick Moreland with our final instructions for this welterweight contest between Bojan Velickovic and Chris Hugh. RFA 24 from the Mystic Lake Casino Hotel in Prior Lake, Minnesota.
Ready? Fight!
And here we go, first round. The southpaw stance here on Velickovic. Right hand down the tube from Hugh, which is what he wants to be throwing against the southpaw, keeping that lead foot on the outside of the lead foot of Velickovic. Inside leg kick from Bojan Velickovic.
Both feeling each other out. Both have the power to hurt each other. They're aware of it. You can tell by the way they're moving.
Left high kick from Velickovic was a nice one. Hugh looks to grapple up with him now. They tango back against the cage.
Feeling that kick will change your mind real quick. Time to wrestle.
Velickovic would like to open up some distance here and work his striking a little more. Hugh will be the more comfortable if it goes to the ground. He's a purple belt in BJJ.
Velickovic, long arm, still able to hold on to that single leg. Nice power.
And we're on the canvas for the first time, just inside of a minute.
Good leverage by Velickovic.
Is Velickovic inside the closed guard here of Chris Hugh.
I don't think Hugh expected to get taken down by Velickovic in this fight, so.
Velickovic, who says he's been working on his wrestling. Look for the triangles from Chris Hugh, a specialty of his as we've seen so far in his career. 10 submissions overall for the Hitman.
Hugh trying to work his way up. Velickovic working on that post-up arm. Tried to take that away from Hugh. Smart move on his part. Training down in Coconut Creek with the American Top Team. You know he's certainly improving greatly on the ground. He's showing it, man.
Inside half guard, 3 minutes remaining. First round of 3 of our opening contest here at RFA 24. Big night of action ahead, including the welterweight championship in our main event. Tat Romero and Benjamin Smith. Going to pin that left arm here, Pat, is Bojan Velickovic.
Yeah, I'd like to see him move, get cross sides or move to the mount or just basically start working from that half guard position. Drop some elbows. Keep the pressure on Hugh here. Like I said, Hugh in probably unfamiliar territory in this fight. He did not expect to be here at all.
Just past the halfway mark of this opening round. Looking to pass Velickovic, the corner telling him to get the leg out.
Hugh hitting that lockdown technique. Just doesn't want him to progress any further. Hugh looking to roll him here.
Still can't get that left leg out. Bojan Velickovic.
The beautiful thing that he's doing is making Hugh think about his arm, because his arm is in jeopardy, and also at the same time working his leg past the mount. Very smart. Make the guy think about 2 things, position and the submission.
And he gets there now, side control for Velickovic and far arm control.
Yep. Starting to work on that submission now.
Great start to this fight for Bojan Velickovic, the 25-year-old out of Coconut Creek, Florida. Corner calling for Bojan to throw knees to the body.
Looking for a choke here. He's already working for that north-south. Got that arm around the neck and the arm. Started walking, but decided to abandon it.
There's the knee to the ribs of Chris Hugh.
Corner telling Velickovic to go belly, knee on belly, and start striking. I think the elbows would be there.
A dominating first round here for Bojan Velickovic. Now they're calling for the elbows. Must have heard you, Pat. And there goes the first one off the right arm. Another one from the Serb. That one close to the back of the head.
Close.
Takes the back here. Can he sub Hugh with 34 seconds remaining?
You got to get moving here.
Hammer fist strikes from Velickovic. Hugh in trouble, no place to go. Referee right on top of the action. Is he going to pound him out? He may indeed, and yes he does. First round TKO, Bojan Velickovic.
Showed great improvement on the ground, getting the takedown. Very good control on the ground. He is becoming a very well-rounded fighter right in front of us. That was nice.
Scales the cage, Bojan Velickovic. Huge crowd support for him here tonight. And he scores career victory number 10. Third victory by TKO.
This is the technique right here that got all of this started. That elbow right to the dome. Here comes another one. And Hugh said, nah, I'm bailing on that takedown attempt or that reversal. He had to cover up there. And then from there it was all over. Velickovic just flattened him out and started pounding away. Tough kid, man. Didn't have to use his striking tonight. Laborio down there in Florida doing some work with a striker, teaching him how to grapple. I like it.
Definitely big improvements on Bojan Velickovic. 1 to watch. 4-2 now in his last 6, Velickovic. And we're about to go up to Mike Kendall to make it all official.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Merrick Moreland, calls a stop to the fight at 4 minutes, 40 seconds into the first round for your winner by TKO, Bojan Velickovic Steel Velickovic.
10-2, now the record of Bojan Velickovic, a first round TKO. Folks, still ahead.